Welcome back to the Hampton Roads Show, everybody. We're back now with attorney Paul Hernandez from Kalfus and Nachman. Last time Paul stopped by, we talked about some of the new laws now in effect in Virginia, but there are some laws that are still on the books in Virginia and across the nation, Paul, that will have you scratching your head. I think this is a great topic because you look back in the old days and some of the things they thought should be, you know, law are just silly today.
Terribly silly today.
Terribly silly. What do you got for me, Paul?
Well, I'll tell you, some of the things in Virginia, we've got a couple from around the country, but some of the interesting ones from Virginia, and I know you've got some as well, is that it's illegal to park a car on railroad tracks.
Really?
Now, why would they do that?
Well, that makes nothing but sense.
I think so. Let's. This is actually a very important one, and it's actually true for driving an automobile. Citizens must honk their horn while passing other cars. That actual law was intended when it's a one lane each direction and you pass another car to notify that other person, but everybody's honking their horn for other reasons. How do you know they're passing you? In Prince William County, no person may keep a skunk as a pet.
So you're going to get cited for having a skunk.
Well,
that makes sense.
And stinky.
Yes.
In Waynesboro, Virginia, it's illegal for a woman to drive a car up Main Street unless her husband is walking in front of the car waving a red flag.
Really? Why do you think that is, Paul?
I'm not sure if that one's still on the books or not, well, it certainly isn't because anybody can drive better than another. You can go down that path.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, I know you've got plenty more, but I did a little bit of research myself, and it wasn't hard to find some. How about this? In Norfolk, women must wear a corset after sundown and be in the company of a male chaperone. So, is that really on the books?
I'm not sure if that ordinance is still on the books, but it may be.
Also, one more. Spitting on seagulls is not tolerated. So, do not spit on seagulls.
How about in Ohio? It's in Cleveland, it's illegal to catch mice without a hunting license.
Oh, really? That should be fair game right there.
How about the one in Florida? Do you remember the one in Florida?
Yeah, you're right. You can't sell your kids?
Yeah, I don't know when that came. I mean, what?
Can't imagine why.
What can't you do anymore?
I'd like to debate that one. New York.
Oh, this is great.
In Carmel, you got this one?
No, go ahead.
In New York, in Carmel, a man cannot be seen in public while wearing a jacket and pants that do not match.
Yeah, here's one I'm not sure is still on the books right now, and this is in Illinois. A state law requires that a man's female companion shall call him master while out on a date. The law does not apply to married couples, though.
Now, why don't they clean these up? Why don't they get them out of the books?
Just because they're on the books, they don't have to enforce them.
Right.
And there's many laws on the books that are not enforced, and it's kind of like no harm, no foul. It's not a big deal.
But we've always had fun at looking back at the past and what was considered a law.
Hilarious. How about the one, I've got it, we didn't talk about this one. And this is actually a good one. In Illinois also, taxi drivers can charge passengers up to a $50 cleanup fee for vomiting in the cab.
All right, and then in Michigan, it's still illegal, though not enforced, for a woman to get her hair cut without her husband's permission. Really?
How about this one? And it matters more to legal people like myself. In Ohio, law enforcement can issue an arrest warrant by fax. How'd you like to come into work and have an arrest warrant on a fax machine and you got to turn yourself in?
You know, it's interesting that these are still out there, but there's so many different laws that are still in the books right now that can be very confusing and very hard to determine. That's why you might need some really strong legal counsel. And if you do need anybody to decipher and decode that crazy law book out there, just call the good people at Kalfus and Nachman, or look them up online, kalfusandnachman.com. That number is 1-800-361-0430. Paul Hernandez, once again, thanks for coming in, and interesting topic you brought with us today.
Thanks, Chris.